Planning your day. 3 simple strategies to juggle it all. So, again, my name is Antoinette, and I am the creator of One Sweet Life and my onesweetlife.com. And I am here to help busy moms get organized and start living a life that they love. So, I wanted to start off with why is this important? Why is planning our day so important? Can we just live day to day without planning? And the answer to that is it's really up to you. But I've personally had days that were planned and scheduled, and days that were up in the air. And the days that were up in the air were not always my best days. I am not saying that we can never have like a relaxing day. Days like weekends and vacation and holidays, of course, don't need to be scheduled out. But on the weekdays, and for me to take being at home seriously, I think that we should have some plan of action in place so that we can accomplish what needs to be done and, more importantly, what we want to get done. So take a second and think about why this is important to you. And you can type in the chat some ideas that come to your mind. But for me, I wanted to feel more in control of my life. I didn't want it just slipping by and wondering where the time went and why I felt like I didn't accomplish anything. I wanted to start achieving the goals that I set out for myself. Focus on what's important to me, and to stop feeling like a chicken with its head cut off running around here crazy because I didn't have any routines or systems in place. So I wrote a blog post a couple weeks ago that mentioned the word effective efficiency. And this is what I've been aiming towards every day. So what the heck is effective efficiency? Effective efficiency is producing results that are wanted without wasting time and energy. I've had to try to stop doing more, like going and going, but intentionally planning out my day. So by the time my head hits the pillow at night, the right tasks, and specifically the most important tasks to me, were completed. So I'm not wasting time or energy on things that don't matter. So what is messing you up? I'd like to take a second so you can think about your day-to-day schedules and really dig deep to what might be messing you up throughout the day. Is it too much TV, too much social media, not enough motivation, discipline, or routines, no time, or you don't even know where to start? So hopefully by the end of this workshop, we'll address some of those issues. So let's start with this. When you're planning out your day, you have to be pretty. And I love acronyms, by the way. So what pretty stands for are priorities, routines, effective efficiency, tasks that build momentum, one thing at a time, and your focus. So there are so many things that we need to do and want to do in a day. But when you are planning out your day, remember that the top priorities should be scheduled first. So do you have any appointments, responsibilities, or obligations? Something that could be causing you a lot of mental struggle that you just want to, get done. Kids, family time. And if you're working outside the home, you have to make sure that you get to work on time, right? Um, is there a goal or project that you're working on? And these can also include items that you need to do to maintain the house. As moms, we are in charge of maintaining the household. Dishes, laundry, and cleaning the house are also our responsibilities. Oh, and Joanne said, sidetracked. Yes, it is very easy to get sidetracked. So, routines, specifically morning and evening routines. So the power of a routine is that we have become so used to we get so used to doing it that it doesn't take any more brain power to get it done. I mean, we don't even think about it anymore. We can easily go through the motions and just, go through it and just get it done for the day. And morning routines are powerful because it starts your day off on the right foot. There was a period of time after I had my second daughter that I was so tired, so exhausted that I could barely wake up in the morning. So every morning before, I had to take my oldest to school, we were scrambling to eat breakfast, get ready, and head out the door to make it to school on time. And fast forward to today, actually, I wake up before the girls, and it's usually about an hour to an hour and a half before my oldest wakes up, because she wakes up before my younger one. But she's such an early riser; she wakes up between 6 and 6:30 every morning, even on the weekends. So that only gives me enough time to do like a handful of things, but I have enough time to have some coffee, some quiet time, plan for the day, and sometimes sneak in a workout before she wakes up. But it gives me the time to start the day however I want it to start. And I walk into clean workspaces because I took the time in the evening to make sure that we all cleaned up before we start our bedtime routines. And this lets you cook breakfast and get ready without any frustration because everything is ready to go. So the evening routine gets you prepared for tomorrow. You can write down tasks that need to happen tomorrow so you don't forget, and this helps you get mentally prepared. And you can also sleep better at night because things aren't swirling out around your head because you're trying not to forget it. So you're like constantly trying to remember. But if you just jot it down, you can sleep more peacefully. And then you can do a quick tidying of your living spaces like your kitchen, your dining, and your living rooms. So the next morning you can come into a fresh and clean space. So the best and fastest way to reach your goals is to have a plan in place. And break down your tasks so they're easily accomplished. And I only schedule around 3 to 5 tasks a day, like main priority tasks, so I don't get overwhelmed. And that way, it doesn't need to take a lot of time to accomplish. And this leads into when your tasks build momentum, is when you break down your tasks into simple and small steps, it's easier to complete them in a shorter amount of time. That way, when you can get quick wins, cross it off your list, and move on. And then, since you're in the zone, you're getting the ball rolling. Once you start, you'll want to continue to get it all done because it just becomes another routine for you. So here's where we get sidetracked, right? So one thing at a time. Work on one project at a time, one task at a time, and don't start anything new until the task at hand is completed. I get overwhelmed when I'm trying to juggle multiple unfinished tasks and projects at one time. I know I've started doing something in one room, pick something up to try to put it away, And then when I get to the next room where I'm supposed to put it back, I start working on something else. And then I completely forget to put the original thing away. And then why I'm even in there in the first place. Then both tasks end up not complete, and then overwhelm and frustration kick in. And Y is for your focus. You need laser focus, full attention. To focus on the task at hand, it will get done faster. So you can break up your day into determine what tasks need your absolute 100% focus and plan those tasks for when the kids are taking a nap or before they wake up or when you're by yourself. That way you can, zone in and get it done. And then things like things that aren't at that high priority, you can plan for those to get done when the kids are playing, or you don't need to concentrate as hard on that. So the next thing I want to talk about is the Pareto Principle. And this states that 20% of your efforts account for 80% of the outcome. So that means that 20% of our time gets us 80% of the results that we want for the day. So how do we really make that 20% count? And how can we expand on that? So let's go over a couple of quick strategies to help you get started so you can take action and start feeling more in control today. And step number 1 is to identify what your ideal day looks like. What do you want to accomplish? So you can grab a notebook, a piece of paper. That's my notebook right there that I jot ideas and notes and everything in. So write down what an ideal day looks for you. What are you doing? How are you feeling? Who do you want to be? What is your ideal self look like? Are you the mom that you like? What is the mom that you want to look like? What is the woman that you want to be? What are you eating? What are you wearing? Like write down all your ideas, and then you can become her today. Because you don't become the person you want to be after you have the ideal life. You get the ideal life by being the person you want to be today. And all of those little steps build on each other to make the ideal life. So, number 2 is to get clear. And this, I mean by tracking a typical day. And don't change anything because you are tracking yourself. The only way to know what to change is to know where you're starting from. Just like starting a budget and your financial organization life, right? You need to know where your money is going first, then you can change later. So let's figure out where your time is going, and also write down all the times that you're switching tasks. So in this example here, let's say wake up at 5 o'clock, which is an amazing start. You do an at-home exercise, but then you get a notification on your phone. You start looking at social media, which leads to someone's profile, another picture, and then to a website. You start reading something else, and then you realize, oh my gosh, you need to shower and get ready. So you get that done, and then meanwhile, the kids are waking up, and you need to help them get ready, make breakfast, and then more notifications on your phone. Emails are coming in, so you check that, which leads to checking something else, and then you realize that, oh my gosh, you have to leave the house in like 5 minutes. You're going to be late. You get stuck in traffic, and so on. You're feeling frustrated, anxiety, you're feeling angry, and this is all by 8:15. So is this your ideal day? Or ideal morning so far? How do you feel? Analyze where your time is going. And then you can highlight the times where time is slipping away from you. So in this case, we have at 6:15 and 8 o'clock. That's roughly 45 minutes of time. So these moments in your day that you have highlighted are your opportunities. In this example, the 45 minutes of time could be allocated differently. So maybe you do have to check your emails first thing in the morning, but do that in your social media at one time. Like, don't switch back and forth, back and forth. Just batch that together, and maybe for 15, 20 minutes. And then you have the other time to do something that you really want to do, and you can put that in that slot. Something from your ideal date list. So, to recap about this, cut out anything unnecessary. Batch tasks like social media and email into one time together. And then that way you can add in one thing from your ideal day for tomorrow, because you will have that extra time. And step number 3 is using the proper tools to keep you organized. So a monthly calendar, you probably use already, is where you can see a high-level overview of what's going to happen in the next month. You know what's coming up. And then you use a weekly schedule so you can plan for the week ahead of time. You can either do this on Sunday or Monday, whichever works best for you, to get a preliminary schedule of what you want your week to look like. You can also meal plan at this time to make it easy throughout the week. You just go grocery shopping one day. And then you can map out the times where you want certain things to happen. But remember to keep it flexible. You don't want to schedule everything for every single minute. Leave a lot of buffer time. You don't want to be, it's not about being rushed and doing more. It's about planning your day the way that it works for you. But seeing it laid out like this makes a big difference. And then from the weekly schedule, you make your daily plan. And this is where you can really get into the details of your day. So what I like to do is copy over items from the weekly schedule onto a daily schedule. I like to write down separately my top 3 tasks that I need to get done today. That way I can check them off. And then in a separate column, write down 3 tasks that move the project I'm working on or the goal I'm working on forward. So I know that I'm making progress on that every single day. And then I also like to keep track of my daily routines, like the morning routine, evening routine, and cleaning routine. So in the morning, I know exactly what I want to accomplish. In the evening, I know what I want to accomplish. And then for my cleaning routine, it's different every day. So that way I know exactly what I'm working on today. And then when you're mapping out your schedule, you can determine which tasks where you need to focus 100% and with no distractions. So you can write that out, if your kids nap between 12 and 3, between 12 and 3 is your focus time. Nothing's going to distract you at that time, and you can work on those priority tasks. But then you can also write down and block time for which tasks you can do with minor distractions. And this is more like flexible time. So, you can unload the dishwasher while the kids are playing, or load the dishwasher while the kids are playing. You don't need to be completely zoned in for those tasks. And to create balance throughout your day, you can alternate between the priorities, routines, family times, focus, and flexible times. So you can start off with your morning routine, that gives you something for you, and then getting the kids breakfast and getting them ready. That's more, family time and priority. And then you can move on to focus time, which is your priorities, and then go back to um, family time, which could be playtime, and then back to a priority. That way, you're not cleaning. You don't feel like you're cleaning all day long. You don't feel like you're working all day long. You actually um, have time for your other priorities in your life. And then, so for the daily plan, you can end the day by writing things down that are scheduled for tomorrow, which we talked about earlier, and that clears your mind for a peaceful sleep. And I like to start the next day with everything that I've written down, scheduling a time that is going to be completed. And then also ending the day with something for you. You can read a book, do a craft if you like crafts, drink some tea, or watch your favorite TV show. Something that relaxes you so you feel recharged and re energized.